Have you ever wondered what are the common mistakes people make when stockpiling for survival? Welcome to Prepping for Tomorrow. I'm Mike, and today we're going to delve into a fascinating topic that's close to our hearts: survival preparedness, and more specifically, the pitfalls that many fall into when stockpiling for that fateful day. It's a subject that's often overlooked, but it's crucial to our survival strategy. We'll be revealing the top 16 items that, while they may appear beneficial at first glance, are actually impractical, unnecessary, and in some cases even hazardous in a real survival scenario. You'll learn why it's essential to steer clear of hoarding difficult-to-use items, power-dependent luxuries, and rare collectibles. Our goal is to help you craft a survival kit that's not just filled with random items, but one that's smart, efficient, and genuinely helpful when the chips are down. Without further ado, let's delve into the first mistake. The first mistake on our list is stockpiling junk food snacks. Sure, these snacks might be delicious and comforting, but they're not ideal for long-term survival. They lack the essential nutrients your body needs to stay healthy and strong in challenging conditions. Plus, they can lead to health issues such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. It's smarter to focus on stocking up on nutrient-dense foods like whole grains, beans, and canned vegetables. Moving on, let's talk about fancy cooking equipment. A top-of-the-line espresso machine or a sous vide cooker might make your day-to-day life more enjoyable, but they're not practical in a survival scenario. They require electricity and can be complicated to use and maintain. Instead, opt for simple, durable cooking tools that can withstand tough conditions and don't require power. Think cast iron pans, manual can openers, and portable camping stoves. Remember, survival is about practicality, not luxury. Mistake number 3 is hoarding single-use items. It's easy to succumb to the convenience of disposable products, but in a survival scenario, they quickly become a liability. Imagine running out of your stockpile of plastic utensils or disposable batteries. Not only is this wasteful, but it's also unsustainable. Instead, opt for reusable alternatives that can serve you indefinitely. Now, let's talk about heavy, unnecessary tools. Sure, that industrial-grade chainsaw might seem like a good idea now, but will it be practical when you're on the move? What about when you're low on fuel? Remember, versatility and portability are key in survival situations. Your tools should be comprehensive yet compact, able to perform multiple functions and easy to carry. Don't be the person weighed down by a toolbox filled with single-purpose gadgets. Instead, opt for a multi-tool, a durable knife, a compact hatchet, or a collapsible shovel. When it comes to survival, less is often more. The fifth mistake is being lured by novelty survival gear. These are often intriguing with their shiny packaging and promises of multifunctionality. But in reality, they often fall short of delivering on those promises. It's better to rely on tried-and-true tools that have proven their worth in real survival situations. The same goes for rare exotic foods. Sure, they might seem like an exciting addition to your survival stockpile, but they're usually not practical. They might require specific preparation methods or have short shelf lives. In a survival situation, you want food that's simple to prepare, nutritious, and has a long shelf life. Remember, when it comes to survival, practicality trumps novelty every time. Avoid the allure of shiny new gadgets and exotic foods. Instead, focus on the basics: sturdy, reliable tools and simple, sustainable food options. Stick to the basics and you'll be better prepared. Mistake number 7 is investing in complex home defense systems. Now, don't get me wrong, home security is crucial, but when we're talking about survival scenarios, the key word here is reliability. Complex systems often require power and regular maintenance. They're vulnerable to technical glitches and can become useless without a steady power supply. Instead, consider simpler, more dependable means of defense that don't rely on technology. Moving on to mistake number 8, hoarding rare collectibles. Yes, they may hold value, but in a survival scenario, their worth diminishes significantly. Imagine you're in a crisis situation. You can't eat a stamp collection or barter with a vintage comic book. Instead of amassing items of questionable practicality, focus on essentials that will directly contribute to your survival. So, remember folks, when it comes to prepping for survival, it's not about having the most expensive or rare items, it's about having the right ones. In a crisis, simplicity and necessity are key. The 9th item on our list is excessive pet supplies. While it's important to ensure the well-being of our furry friends in times of crisis, stockpiling an excessive amount of pet supplies can take up valuable space. Prioritize the essentials: a reasonable amount of food, basic medications, and perhaps a comforting toy or two. Moving on, let's address the 10th item: fashionable clothing. In a survival situation, the latest trends won't matter. What you'll need are clothes that are durable, functional, and weather appropriate. It's better to have a sturdy pair of boots than a trendy pair of sneakers. And remember, layers are your friends. It's easier to adjust to different temperatures by adding or removing layers than changing your entire outfit. In survival situations, practicality always trumps fashion. So focus on what's necessary and useful, rather than what's excessive or stylish. After all, survival isn't a fashion show. It's about making it through each day, one step at a time. The 11th mistake is stockpiling luxury toiletries. When it comes to survival, it's about bare necessities, not opulence. Sure, a lavender-infused, gold-flaked soap might make your post-apocalyptic baths more enjoyable, but it's not practical. Stick to the basics like unscented soap, toothpaste, and basic hygiene essentials. These items are light, compact, and do the job just as well, if not better, than their luxury counterparts. Moving on, the 12th common mistake is hoarding electronic toys. In a survival scenario, energy conservation is key. While a drone or a high-end gaming console might seem like a good way to pass time, they are power-hungry and offer little to no practical value. Instead, consider investing in battery-efficient practical electronics like a solar-powered radio or a hand-crank flashlight. These devices provide critical information and visibility, respectively, and are far more useful when the grid goes down. Remember, survival is about necessity, not luxury. Mistake number 13 is clinging to obsolete technology. In a survival situation, the latest technology might not be the most reliable, but neither are outdated gadgets. They often consume more power, have fewer functionalities, and replacement parts can be hard to find. The key is to invest in modern yet simple devices that are robust, energy efficient, and easy to repair. Then we have mistake number 14, stockpiling rare collectible coins. While these may hold value in a stable society, they're unlikely to be useful in a crisis scenario. In such situations, practicality trumps rarity. Instead, consider stockpiling everyday items that can be easily traded, like batteries, seeds, or basic medical supplies. These are items that hold intrinsic value, as they satisfy immediate needs and are universally understood. In survival scenarios, functionality and practicality are key, so let's make sure our survival kit reflects that, focusing on items that will truly make a difference when it counts. The last two mistakes revolve around food and drink choices. Now, it's understandable to want some variety in your diet, but in a survival situation, practicality must come first. That's why specialty beverages like that imported coffee or boutique tea are not ideal for long-term survival. They can take up unnecessary space, and their preparation may require resources you can't afford to waste. Stick to basics like water and, if necessary, energy drinks that come packed with essential nutrients. Same goes for gourmet foods. While it's tempting to stock up on fancy canned goods or exotic ingredients, they're not the best choice for a survival kit. Remember, you need foods that are non-perishable, easy to prepare, and nutritionally dense. Think rice, beans, canned vegetables, and freeze-dried meals. Remember, survival is about sustenance, not indulgence. It's about making smart choices that ensure your long-term survival, not just satisfying your taste buds. So there you have it, the 16 common mistakes people make when stockpiling for survival. Let's quickly recap, shall we? We've got junk food snacks and fancy cooking equipment. Remember, in survival situations, it's about long-term nutrition, not short-term indulgence, and practicality over complexity. Then there are single-use items and heavy, unnecessary tools. Sustainability is key, folks. Choose multi-use items and versatile, lightweight tools that won't weigh you down. We've mentioned novelty survival gear and rare, exotic foods. While they might be intriguing, stick to the basics. Choose gear that is functional and foods that are sustainable and familiar. We've also covered complex home defense systems and rare collectibles. Simple, reliable defenses and practical items are your best friends in a crisis. Collectibles might be valuable, but they won't necessarily aid your survival. Excessive pet supplies and fashionable clothing were next on our list. Prioritize your pet's basic needs and opt for functional, durable clothing that can withstand the elements. Luxury toiletries and electronic toys also made the list. In a survival situation, it's about maintaining basic hygiene and minimizing dependence on electronics that might not work when you need them most. Our list also included obsolete technology and rare collectible coins. Focus on modern, useful devices and practical currency alternatives. Finally, we highlighted specialty beverages and gourmet foods. Stick to hydrating, basic drinks, and versatile, non-perishable food items that can be stored for long periods. In essence, it's about stripping down to the bare necessities and focusing on what truly matters. It's about practicality, simplicity, and necessity. Avoid the allure of the unnecessary and impractical. Remember, it's not about having the most items, it's about having the right ones. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, when it comes to survival, it's about being prepared, not being overstocked. Stay safe out there and keep prepping smart.